we had a technical difficulty. We, for some reason, lost connection to a server. I'm glad it did not kick the host, kick me from the game, which would be very hard because I'm hosting. But what you missed was the end of the preparation phase, and Lucid is actually only at about 70 health. He traded fire with somebody and did not get any shots off on them, but they got shots off on him. So the combination, I'm not sure what the strategy is with, well, Jadex is dead. I'm not sure what the combination is going to be necessarily in ways of Zofia. Not where Zofia and Habana are very, very, they work very well together. I apologize, my mind drew a blank. They work very well together, but they're often not seen together. Now, I apologize for everybody who is joining us again. The YouTube server timed out. I'm not sure why. What you missed was a couple people traded fire, so we have the Vigil and Mute on Team Intech are damaged, and the Ella is dead. Jackal is dead. Pokedex SHC is dead on the Crusader side, and Gridlock, played by Cam, is also going to die. Unless hopefully somebody can get him up. And he's going to stay down for quite a bit. And Intech wins that round. Well, it seems Argon was just trying to line up his shot, and I think he saw the Jaeger, and it just didn't click in his mind that the Jaeger was an enemy. Fish or friend, not food. Pretty sure that's what was going through his mind. Now, second defense for Team Intech is the second floor kids' dorms and second floor dorms in the main hall. I am shocked that even though Team Intech went for an objective on 2 different floors, I'm actually kind of surprised that they pulled it off. Because that is something that's so difficult to do. A lot of people, it takes a lot of time. So this, even though they didn't practice together, they haven't practiced together for as long as the Crusaders, it doesn't matter. They have such good communication. They don't need to have all this training. Whereas the Crusaders have so much training. And unfortunately, and because, you know, it's a high school team, kids get mad and they don't like talking. When they start to get frustrated and they start to get a little tilted, that's when all communication goes out the door. But Jadex, being the team leader, has been working so hard with all of these people, like all of the teammates, all of everybody who's been joining the team, then leaving the team, then they'll join the team, whatever else. They've been trying, and he's been working with them day in, day out, trying to get up that communication, trying to get in that practice, so they will be good enough. And now what's gonna happen here? There's a couple people out by the door. They knew he was there. They saw that. They heard the breaching charge go down. And IQ, JX goes down first. As he didn't even get to see him. Now he's pinging Diffuser. He's letting his teammates know Diffuser's on the roof. If the Crusaders want to push and try to win the round, they have to either pick up the Diffuser and then go for it. Oh, and that is a shot off on Argon. They have to try and pick up the Diffuser and then go back to point and then plant, which they only have one person. So at this point, and they're gonna spawn peek, and nope, they're gonna lose. Cam has lost it. And the second round goes back to the defenders, back to Intech. An unfortunate loss. But we have 4 more rounds until the switch, and hopefully the Crusaders can pick it up. Now, normally the Crusaders will go all to the same spawn point, but that has not been happening. I believe they are trying some different tactics, but here we see the Maverick again, hopefully gonna go for those hatches, because if they were going basement, those hatches would be very handy. But because they are going kitchen and dining hall, there's not going to be as much hatch play, if any at all. Yeah, there is no hatch play at all. So that Maverick is, what's going to happen is he's just going to break down either barricaded walls or barricaded doors and windows silently without them being able to hear, or he's going to do a tactic and he's going to shoot out or break down those reinforced walls, because there's no hatches, you can't do anything. But the Habana, the Ying, and the Gridlock. It's going to be an interesting match. Again, the Crusaders seem to like running the same things, even though they are not winning, which, I mean, it happens. People want to stick with what you know, even though it may not be working, they try it just different ways. But there are a couple people. That was an interesting play. Now, Ying, Jadex, what he's doing is he is waiting, because if he waits long enough, Intech might back down. Now, somebody from Intech baited, and they went outside and inside as a way to kind of be like, hey, I'm here, come get me. Now that is a nasty headshot from Sam off on 2. Nice from Jadex! And the Clash is down. Clash is one of the harder operators to go up against, just for the main reason that she's got her nasty electric charges. Now that is the last Candela that Ying has. No longer... Oh, not that it matters, because Ying is dead, and Habana is dead. Now we have this Valkyrie pushing to where the last 2 people died, and Valkyrie's going to double back and take a higher approach. See,
Nitro cell set.
Maybe there's a way Valkyrie can flank. So Valkyrie saw that Maverick, tried to get a shot off, and ended up getting severely hurt. So Wonder how it's going to play. Maverick is backing down, trying to take it from somewhere else, and gets droned out in the process. Now, what's probably going to be the death of him is the fact that he is using that single-fire gun. A lot of people who play Maverick, they go for his assault rifle because it is the... Even though it does not have as much damage, the higher fire rate is the thing that really gets you, and he gets knocked. Oh! Now, Rebel Trooper was placing the diffuser, and then stopped because he did not have enough time. Somebody was shooting at him, he panicked, he started placing, he stopped, and it cost him the round. There was a chance they could have won that, and it just did not go as well. So now they have to go to the basement, laundry room and supply room. Now this is a place, this basement is, you want to play an anti-hard breach like Kaid, because if you electrify those reinforced hatches, there are some very, very peak places that you can put those electroclaws, which I'm very surprised that Intech is not doing that. It makes it difficult, very difficult, almost impossible to shoot them out. To stop the electrification of said reinforcement. But they don't need it. Somebody's going to go up and they're going to get that hatch. Their reinforcing is very interesting. I've never really seen anybody reinforce where the Legion was reinforcing that. I mean, yes, that does lead to the direct outside. That is something very smart that, you know, you should reinforce if you can. A lot of people don't think about it, though. But, so... this Cavera is going to end up roaming a bit, picking sides that maybe a lot of people will try to flank and definitely not expect any enemies. And in the meantime, Habana is the first to go. Deadshot is first blood. And it almost seems like the Crusaders are changing tactics. They wanted to go one way and they saw that Habana died and they just didn't want to stick with it for fear that something would go wrong, like getting another downed player. So they're going to push it in from the back room from basement. Now that is a place that a lot of people, when they're defending, they will hold that one point. And Willie Will gets down. Gets killed, rather. He's a sacrifice. It is now 4v4. It is now 4v3. Arden gets off a shot. M trades, unfortunately. Pokedex SJC is backing up and taking it a different way. Losing too many members. He's going to take it from above. Almost forgetting to shoot down the camera, which could have been the death of him. And he gets killed anyway. Shotguns, man. Very close range, very dangerous. Now, Gridlock being the last one, being pinned down by both the Mozzie and the Cavera. I'm just... Oh. Cam puts down those tracks to stop the Cavera, and he gets the kill anyway. Now, those tracks are very handy because they do 10 damage per tick. So per second, it takes away 10 of your health. And it expands to a certain size. It completely changed Rainbow Six Siege. Just because of the fact that roamers would do what they would do. They would run around the map looking for kills, looking for information of where the attackers are. But because of Gridlock, with those track spikes, if she puts those down, it completely, unless you shoot them out, which then it alerts her exactly where you are, because, again, noise-based game, the shooting is very loud. It just absolutely destroyed roaming for people on small maps, which is understandable why Cam would want to go and why Cam would want to play Gridlock so much. But, so we see some more interesting reinforcements. We see a random reinforcement on this back office here in the middle of the hall. Most likely because if somebody needs to back into that, they can't be shot through that wall. Actually very smart. We don't see too many reinforcements on objective, which is definitely something interesting. But we also don't see a rotation hole. Now, most of the time, people would put a rotation hole between the two rooms, so if, in case you're shoved in the back of the room, there it is. In case you're shoved in that back of the room, that rotation hole allows you to move and allows you to be able to shift positions without getting killed. Now that castle barricade on that double window is very smart because Jade X, playing Glaz, was going to take it. Well, that was interesting. Cam was going to fuse that window, and he got absolutely named. I'm not sure what window that was from, but it was definitely... Oh. It was from the castle. The castle. That is a very good spot. You stay inside so you don't get detected. It's close to objective. And it's a very popular place for people to go. Now this is basically going to force them, because the castle is on this window, and because the team is so... Intech is so well spread out among the map, Crusaders are just going to get picked off one by one by one. And even if it becomes a 1v1 situation, if somebody can end up pushing forward and really getting in there, Intech is going to win this again. Now, Pokedex is trying the drone, and it doesn't work, but he's using that glass scope to hopefully get off some headshot. He's going to have to reload, and this is when that Doc is going to take his time, and take the time, and he's going to push in. Or he's going to push out, and he takes out Pokedex, and then he loops around, and he takes out Deadshot as well. Now, Lucid definitely is carrying for his team, but he's got the skill to do it. I do know Jade X, if given the chance, he will carry for his team very heavily. He's just not been given this chance. He's been getting shot down way early in the match. And even if he is still alive, Intech is putting him in such a position where he cannot push without getting shot from at least 3 different angles. And yet they're still taking the same approach. Crusaders are still taking the same approach. Which is interesting that Intech is the one that's changing up their tactics. They're the ones that are winning, and yet they're changing around. Which they're going Mira. Sam Fisher is going Mira, which is definitely going to hurt the Crusaders. I don't know what's happening there. Because that is going to be a perfect sight hole for all of the people who want anybody, really, anybody who wants to see. And unless the attackers, unless the Crusaders had chosen to go with a Twitch or something like that, there's almost no way you're going to be able to hit through that. There's a little gas canister on the back, and if you hit that out, that's the only way to bring down the mirror. And JoJo gets the first kill on Intech. Deadshot is definitely making his way. He's definitely, I'd say, getting warmed up. But unfortunately, Cam was the first to go on Crusaders side, and then Rebel Trooper was the second to go. Now, currently, Argon looks to be taking more of a sideways or above approach to things, which is smart for him, because if they're pushing heavily on those windows close to their spawn and close to the objective, if you go from above, you'll catch them off guard. This Maverick, Jadex realized there's an alibi, and the question is he gonna push? There are 3 people on that objective right now. And Legion's almost dead, but that Doc is going to have him. And Amira using an interesting way to shield the bullets. Going to pull out the mirror, black mirror. I'm not sure what Jadex is doing. He's definitely dead. It was almost like he was trying to get everybody's attention so he could back away and go a different way, and it just backfired in his face. Unfortunately, though, definitely unfortunate. But let's see if the Crusaders have any chance of taking this back with defending, which is, I know, something they do very well. Which they are taking basement first, which is not surprising. Basement is definitely one of the easiest on this map to take. Hopefully, yep. So Cam is going Kaid, so he is definitely going to use that Electro Claw trick. And Rebel Trooper taking Cap Can, that is definitely going to benefit. Because if need be, if Intech has to push, and they have to push hard, Cap Can is definitely going to slow that down. Now, they did, I believe, if I remember correctly, his EDS system only does about 32 damage, so it brings you down to 68, if my math is correct. Yeah, it is. Sorry about that. But it's not too detrimental to your health, but it is definitely something that is very, very annoying, some would say. We have our Echo here, played by Argon. Echo is definitely powerful because he can stop those diffusions, which in a pinch is good. If you're not dead. Now it's interesting that we have a Frost on this team,
setting barricade, because
a Frost mat on Oregon, because it's such a single color. Wow. Alright, shots trading off. Cam is down. Oregon is hurt. Rebel Trooper is also hurt. And they are backing up their buddy. Now, the Kaid, unfortunate for him, he's going to be reset to 20 health, and he is going to die due to the cluster charge. Fuse charge. Now, the attackers did go Twitch, which Twitch is definitely good on this map. Definitely very handy. It's interesting that there's a Buck, because Buck is not that picked. He's not very often picked. But he gets down and he kills Argon. He's going to get another one off on the mute, on Rebel Trooper. And he is going to plant, and they are going to watch that pig. Now, Pokedex, being the last one alive, is going to absolutely get shot from behind and from in front. Willy Will killing him at last. Unfortunately, another flawless victory for Intech, which is fortunate for them. They will move on. They will raise in their standings by a seed. And the Crusaders will stay where they are, hopefully going up against somebody else. Hopefully. Now I'm going to invite back Jade and Lucid, and let's see what they have to say about this. Now, it is definitely good communication on Intech's part.
Jesus Christ.
That is...
Ouch. Ouch. Ow. I'm feeling a lot of bullet holes in my head.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Well played, Lucid. That was well deserved.
Thanks.
2 7-0s. There's nothing we could have done. I thought we were confident in attacking. Honestly, I think we did better on defense. Well played. So that's preseason match number 1. That's glad it's preseason and we ran across you now rather than main season. Well played.
Thanks, GG.
It was fun. We learned a lot from this, and I'm glad we got it on stream because we have a thing or two to learn from you guys. You played expertly.
Thank you.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I'm just going to let both of you guys know, there was a problem mid-game. I lost the stream. I had to pick it back up.
Alright.
But we didn't lose too much. It was basically like the last 20 seconds of the preparation phase. I think it was like round 2.
Of that very long. Okay, that match.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Alright. Either way, that was a good match to you, Lucid. Well played.
Thank
Very
you,
well
too.
done.
So I think that's it for HSEL match number 1. It's 0-2. Favor of Intech Esports, so Intech Esports will have a high seed rating out of preseason. So, I gotta turn it around to one high seed slot. We'll see.
No, yeah, just let me know if you have any help. I got you.
Hey, if we can take that up, we could probably use it.
Good sportsmanship. You gotta love it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, that was really fun for a first match. Genuinely did. It was unique. And honestly, I think you're the highest level I've ever seen in a game. I used to play with you.
Really?
Like, higher 200 is really impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright.
Yeah, I've been playing for a while.
So, I gotta go for now, and me and my team are probably gonna take off. Again, Lucid, congratulations. I'm gonna submit it through on my end, through Varsity Esports, just stating that it was an 0-2. I'm gonna screenshot this so the proof is there. But yeah, no, that was very well played, and then you just gotta do the same thing on your end, and since there's not gonna be a dispute, it'll be added to your record.
Alright, yeah, sounds good.
Alright, thank both of your teams. Yeah, and thank both of your teams for joining.
No problem.
Alright. So thank you for everybody who joined the stream. And we will see you again next Tuesday, hopefully for the next match. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Wait, what can we